Hello world, this is Bright from CDEIS-LAB and Artisans, where we experiment when we are in the lab. This is down in South African region, and the time now is 23:48, 12 minutes to 12 o'clock midnight down in Africa, in the African region in South Africa. And today's topic is how to set up your PC to a web development environment, maybe a software engineering environment. And with me here, I'm using Windows 10 machine. It is having a, let me check, it is having a 12 cores. Is a server. Yeah, it is a Intel R, a Xeon CPU E5 081.90 GHz. What a good system, bruh. The RAM is 16 gig and I'm running on a 64-bit operating system, x64 based processor with Windows 10 Pro. When I'm coming to check off here, I just want to check my processors here. I come down to processors. Yes, of here. This computer has 12 cores. Intel R Xeon R CPU E5 -2420081.90 GHz. This is a very big machine, boss. It's a very big machine. So I want to set this machine to a web development environment, especially those who are beginners, who want to make a website, who want to make a dynamic website, who are going to be using PHP as their programming language. Those are the kind of people I'm going to work with them today, so that this machine of them is going to be on the web development environment. I'm going to be starting right now, and this is my first episode. Do not forget to subscribe if this was useful to you, but if not, please leave a comment, tell us what we are doing wrong, where we go wrong, so that we can fix those sides, because we want to do every time, maybe every week, giving out a episode based on software engineering and web development. Of course, will be giving out some of the episodes we are not related to software engineering, but are going to be training the brain how to understand software engineering and web development. For now, I'll be setting up this machine. I have been setting it before, and I've made everything to work perfectly. It's working perfect. So some of the things I'm going to show you where to download, or the link, then how to install. Then I'm not gonna install on this machine because I've already installed everything in this machine, and this machine is ready for web development environment, especially those who are using PHP. Let's begin. I'm going to close this. I was just demonstrating, showing you how big is this machine I'm using right now. Even if you have a machine lesser than this one, it's still fine. It's still going to work the same, because the program that we're going to install on the machine, they are going to work perfect in that machine of yours. Don't be offended. I did not mean to offend you if you don't have the same machine like mine. But as the time goes on, if you're a beginner, you're going to have a powerful machine, because you're really understanding the basics of using a powerful machine when you are going to be a web developer, and a software engineer using a very very powerful server softwares installed in your machine. So I'm going to close all these. As for recording, I'm using OBS. It's gonna pop up something like, hey, I don't know what kind of a thing. You see, almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20,000 windows at once. Don't worry about them. They are going to be moved out when I'll be busy recording this episode for you. First of all, you have to open your browser. I don't know which browser you're using. For me, I'm using Chrome, Google Chrome as my browser. So I'm gonna open my Google Chrome. As you see, I was downloading XAMPP, and this is exactly what you're supposed to download before you do anything in that computer, because if you install some other program, they're gonna occupy port 8, and when you want to install this one, it's not going to be installed on the port 8. You need to configure your system also to some port which the computer, which the index will point to that port. And if it fails to point to that port, which means you're going to fail to display the pages in the good way, in the way expected. So you have to download XAMPP and install to that machine of yours. And to download XAMPP, I'll begin everything from start. Go to your Google Chrome, then you type XAMPP. XAMPP is XAMPP. Then hit enter for me. Then for me, I went to downloads. Then I found this one, and I'm using a Windows 10 PC. For mine is Windows. I downloaded this one 8.0.8. That was the latest version in 2021 July. 2021 July. This is the latest version. And this latest version, I downloaded the one for 160 megabytes. It's a 64 bit. As I've been showing you, my system is a 64 bit operating system. So I'm going to download the same one. If you just click off here, it will automatically download the application. Right. From there, you go open again your browser, as mine is a Chrome. Then I'm going to type there NetBeans. I'm using NetBeans. It's a free open source software for web development. So I'm going to type NetBeans with JDK 8.2. This will also download the JDK at the same time, because if you download this software without JDE, it's not going to work. Otherwise, it will direct you to go and download the JDE. At this stage, I've been downloaded everything at once. Use this first one, JDK 8U11 with NetBeans 8.2. It's from Oracle. I don't know what does it mean, but the correct one you're supposed to download is from there. I'm going to click off there. Check off here. We have, before you download, you have to accept from here. You click this button, and this button clicked is going to enable you to download any one of your machines. If you are using Linux, then you have to download the one from Linux. If you are using Mac OS, then choose one from your side. And if you are using Windows like what I'm using right now, go down and download the last one, the X64 326 megabytes. I think that is the best for you because it worked perfect for me. I'm not going to download because I've already downloaded it. Okay, then because I'm done with my browser now, I want to install this application so that you are going to be starting to be a web development a web developer, and you'll be starting right now, right here on front of your PC. Check here. I'm going to go for, okay, I'm going to open again. I come off here. Here's downloads. This is my exam. This is my exam. I'm going to install this one, but I'm not going to install it right here because this machine is already have XAMPP which is running so far. So you install this one. I understand you have the basic knowledge of what we are talking about here. You wouldn't be interested if you have nothing, if you have no idea of what we're doing here. You haven't be interested of what we're doing here. I expect you to be able to install programs and uninstall programs from your machine. If so, then you'll be able to install XAMPP. You'll be able to install NetBeans. You'll be able to install everything that you need from your PC to be installed on. Now, because I've demonstrated that one, I'm going to refresh my PC again and start the business now. Here's the business. And my control. I'm going to open XAMPP control there because I told you guys I've already installed it. Here's my servers are running. If I want to stop them, I can stop them right off here. And right off here, I just tend to own two of them because I wanted to use only two. The one for web and the one for the database. And you see as it is green like this, port 8 is using port 80, Apache is using port 443, MySQL is using port 3306. I've got two Apache there which are already running. And if you are new from this, don't worry, this episode is very good for you, for the beginners as you are starting. Now I'm going to close this one because I've already done what I wanted you to know. And now I'm going to open NetBeans. Come on, this is where we are going to work on. This is our crow. This is our Ellis Park Stadium where we are going to be dancing and jumping in. It's gonna crack. The head gonna crack. I don't know if you got a strong brain or strong mind. I have no idea. But if you do, then you're gonna make this, bruh. If you really love it, you're going to do it. Together, we can make it. It is taking long, but don't worry. Stay with me. We are going to do this. You really need this, then you go and get this. As you are going to get this, you're going to explore your knowledge. You're going to share your knowledge with everyone in the world. Since you're getting to understand this, have a better understanding. For the wise men's way, they say seek understanding, seek knowledge. Once you got knowledge, and knowledge is superior, those are wise men's words spoken to someone, somewhere, sometime. Get that in mind, then let's get with this. Let's get along. I'm using a plastic cup, guys, don't worry. It's just like that down in Africa. We do not care what kind of a cup we're using, but this cup of mine is having a soap bowl. Bowl, something like a bowl, maybe it's for soda, I don't know, but it's a plastic. There's a drink inside there, no alcohol drink. Before I forget, this is COVID times. We do not drink. We drink drinks only, no alcohol. Hallelujah. Welcome to the correct place that we have been waiting for. And now this application has come with the Java as the default, and I'm not going to be working with the Java right here. I'll be working with the HTML, PHP, and JavaScript. So I'm going to download that IDE for PHP, HTML, in JavaScript. I'll just have to come here to use then plugins. Right, I've got 13 updates and available plugins are 74, downloaded and installed are 41. Let me come from here, then right here I'm going to download, I'm going to type PHP. Yeah, here is the PHP. I'm going to I'm going to install this PHP. This is what I need the most. I'm going to check which one of these frameworks I'm going to install here. And for me, I don't mind to install almost everything. But if you are not comfortable with installing almost everything, don't worry about them. Just install this last one. It's going to be good for you. Right. Static analysis is Zen from like yeah. For now, I'm going to install those ones for now, so that this thing will work faster. Right. Here we go. You go is gonna start by downloading. After downloading, it's going to refresh this page again. Come again, it's gonna restart the application. Comes again, we do the same thing in HTML, we do the same thing in JavaScript. Then our system will be ready for web development. It will be fully set for web development. It's cool. It's really cool. It's nice as we are waiting for this machine to do what we expect. Don't worry. I think how do I look like? Do I look like a programmer? Maybe a web developer? No. Maybe because I can't do this. I can't do this. No, guys, just a joke. Just a joke. I'm not in the prison. I'm doing this and I'm free. I'm free. I'm doing this from home. It's a bedroom studio. Bedroom studio, and I'm doing this right from home. I am doing this for fun, and if you are interested, follow me, and don't forget to subscribe. If you are not interested, ignore or give a comment where we're going wrong. You see, here is the game. Let's do like that. Then we restart the IDE now. Game over. It's coming like nice. It's coming like nice. It's coming like nice. Very good episode. Come on. Guys, because there is corona. Let me close. Hey, corona, you're gonna give me corona. Let me close my nose. Corona, yeah. Say hi, guys. Say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
But I'll meet you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Say I'll meet you in the next episode.
Episode.
Yes.
Episode.
Yes.
Soup.
Tell them you are
Take soup.
Tell them you are a PhD
Take
developer.
soup.
Yes.
Daddy.
Yeah.
I said take soup.
Correct. You're right. Okay. Yes, we will go. It has started. How do I look like now? I look like a real corona boy, huh? Yeah. Let's go and I put this thing of mine off here so that you guys can hear me very, very well. English is not my language. My real language is in the belly. I can speak more proficiency when I'm speaking the belly. But when I speak English, bruh, English is hard, bruh. It's very hard. Here we go. We are done there. We've got 13 updates. We are going to go again to 62 available. Okay, going to write HTML. Right, I'm going to put almost everything for HTML. Right, most of them they are HTML5 and it's good for you in 2021. Let's do it. Again, don't forget to have internet when you are a developer, because when doing websites you need to use Google as your friend, because every reference is found in Google. So if you have no internet, you can do it, but it's gonna be very very hard for you to do things in the correct way. You can do things using books, but at times books they need someone who will be directing you, go this way, go this way, go that way. But if you're having Google as your friend, you can do almost everything because it's right there in Google. If you fail, you will be failing because you will be lazy to make some research, because there in Google there are a lot of people who are doing the same thing that you'll be doing, and they are failing and solving the problems almost every day. They are doing that. They are doing it and they are winning. Failing doesn't mean that you cannot do, but failing means you are learning. Let's restart again. Yes. We are left with one more, which is JavaScript. And after this one more, I'm going to cut this episode because you guys are going to think this episode is way too long and it's starting to be boring already. I've seen it, but it looks like boring, but this is exactly what's supposed to do in a machine, for your machine to be in the environment of web development and software engineering. After this episode, I'm going to give you guys another episode to install for Python. Java is already there. I'm going to give up a introduction to Java and the basics of Java, and I'm going to give the introduction and the basics of Python, and I'll be basically doing the episode for PHP, HTML almost every day, because there's a project that I'm doing on the other side with the same lesson I'll be giving to you. I'll first do them on my side, then I'll be giving them to you until I finish that project. After finishing that project, I've got a project for Python that I have to do, and I'm going to do with you guys. If you're really interested in me, then let's work together and I'll guide you through this whole journey. I've got project to make right in the lab, and I've got project to be finished in the lab. Right now we left with JavaScript plugins. We left with 53. I'm gonna type JavaScript. Right. For JavaScript, also I'm going to install everything. I'm going to say there are 7 of them. I'm going to install there. I accept, I install. We are about to end this episode. Let this one finishes. I'm right in the lab with my daughter. Her name is Reverence. Now it's around also a IT professional. She's doing her own things. She's only 3 now. She's turning 4 next year. And she can do almost everything in the computer. She's the best IT kid I ever see down in Africa. You see, doing amazing things. This kid is a great kid, man. Anyway, let's let she's doing her own things. Let Daddy do his. Okay, right, we are done now. We are going to restart again. Restart now. Here we go. Ensure that everything is going well for now. Everything is going well. Almost there. We're getting there. Don't get tired, guys. We're getting there. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do it together, and together we can make it. When the tough gets going, those who are courageous will conquer. They will never conquer those who are not courageous, because perception is needed for this. Perseverance. If there is no perseverance, you are not going to be able to go the same journey. It sounds good, it sounds professional, it sounds excellent, but if you don't put more effort here, if you don't apply interest here, you are not gonna reach where you are going. You're not going to reach your destination. Here we go. Now I'm going to be starting a new project. I told you guys I'll be using PHP. For the new project, I'm going to be choosing PHP right there. That's the application by default. I don't need the application with the existing source. I do not need a PHP application from a remote server. I want to use a local server, which is the one which I was downloaded earlier, the XAMPP. So now I'm going to hit next, and here is the name of the project. By default it's coming out the PHP project 1, and I want to change that PHP project 1 to CDEIS-LAB. CDEIS-LAB. Then I'm going to click next. It's giving you some options. Run as local website, running on a local server. That's good like that. Don't change anything there. Then coming down, it's giving me a directory. Leave it there. Leave it like that. Do not disturb. Then enter. You choose the framework. For me, I'm not going to choose any framework. I'm going to click finish. But if you are comfortable choosing some frameworks you want to work on, you can carry on choosing the framework by clicking these buttons. But if you are not, then you just go with me here. Just hit finish. Okay. Hallelujah. That's a great page I ever wanted to see. This is the one. This is where we begin to do everything. This computer is now ready for web development. Let's just check some few things before we jump into conclusion. I'm going to open this one because I like using Chrome as a default. And when I click here, it's supposed to give me a page, a PHP page with nothing, just like this, because my servers are on. Check this miracle. If I can switch off this server and this one, then I come back, I hit F5 for refresh. Check. This site can't be reached. Locally refused to connect. It's because those servers which you're installing are switched off. But if I can come again to these servers, then I start the server, I start this other one, then do like that. Then I press refresh again, or I press F5. Check. This is good, man. Let me do something just to impress you guys. I just gonna write hello bright, hello bright, hello bright. Then I'm going to save that one. I'm going to refresh this. Hello bright. This is my first web page.